Everyone thinks narcissists are confident, dominant, untouchable. But that's a lie. Narcissism isn't confidence, it's phobia. A narcissist is not fearless. They are afraid of everything that requires truth. I want to take a completely different approach to narcissism. Because narcissism isn't about self-love. It's not about power. It's not even about ego. Narcissism is a walking fear response. A narcissist is someone who lives in constant fear and builds their entire personality around avoidance. Narcissists are afraid of accountability because accountability forces ownership. They're afraid of responsibility because responsibility exposes consequences. They're afraid of commitment because commitment makes them feel trapped. They're afraid of intimacy because intimacy requires vulnerability, and vulnerability would expose the mask. They're afraid of abandonment, yet they push people away first because control feels safer than connection. They're afraid of losing control over others because control is the only thing keeping their identity intact, and most of all, they are afraid of being seen. That's why the mask exists, not to impress you, not to dominate you. The mask isn't just to hide from themselves, it's to hide from everyone. The mask is protection. The mask is avoidance. The mask is fear management. Because facing the truth would mean admitting, I am flawed. I was wrong. I hurt someone. I need to change. And that terrifies them. This is why narcissists manipulate, deceive, deflect, gaslight. Not because they're clever, but because they're afraid. Manipulation is not power. It's a substitute for courage. Gaslighting isn't intelligence. It's panic. They twist reality because they can't face the truth. Have you ever noticed how hard it is for a narcissist to say, I'm sorry? That's not pride. That's fear. An apology would require humility. Humility would shatter the illusion. And without the illusion, there's nothing underneath. At the center of narcissism is emptiness. No emotional depth, no accountability, no self-reflection, just avoidance layered on top of avoidance. They don't want growth. They don't want healing. They don't want truth. They want freedom without consequences. And that is fear in its purest form. A narcissist is not strong. They are not confident. They are not fearless. They are a walking phobia, afraid of emotion, afraid of intimacy, afraid of responsibility, afraid of exposure, afraid of change, afraid of themselves and how they're perceived by others. And once you see this, everything changes. You stop trying to fix them. You stop trying to prove yourself. You stop chasing closure from someone who's afraid of truth. Because you realize their behavior was never about your worth. It was about their fear. If this perspective opened your eyes, leave a comment and tell me what resonated with you the most. Subscribe if you want content that exposes narcissistic behavioral patterns. And if you've ever felt confused, drained, or doubting yourself around a narcissist, remember this. You weren't dealing with confidence. You were dealing with fear wearing a mask.